happening? It's your boy Kevo, man. It is the Certified Winners Podcast. I got my motherfucking Mella in the building, man. He is back down like motherfucking SmackDown. My man Bobby Smith is in a mother. I gotta give you a hand, bro. I gotta give you a motherfucking hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's to it, baby? What's up?
You already know, man. Glad to be on the wall.
Good to see your face again, man. Good to see you back down, man. So shit. We're going to get this interview started. You are like, man, my very first guest. I do another thing with my bros, but this is my shit, my own thing, what I want to do. You my very first guest, and I am honored to have you. When I got the call from our people, and then I got to link up with you, I'm like, hell yeah, we got to make this shit happen. So motherfuckers want to know what's up with Bobby Smith, man. What's going on with you, Bob? What's happening, Smooth?
You already know, just trying to get myself together, and you know what I'm saying, stay away from any knucklehead bullshit. You hear me?
You got to stay away from them niggas, man. But like, look, bro, we going to get right into this shit, man, because motherfuckers do want to know where you been, what's been going on with you. And we want to know, you know, we going to get into it on this interview right now, man. So for everybody that don't know, man, growing up in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago, people got their own sides where they come from. I don't think it's no side like the south side. You know what I'm saying? Explain to some people that might not know, what was it like growing up in Chicago, man? Because people see the news, they read interviews, they see shit on the, like, you know what I'm saying, the propaganda, but motherfucker really don't know. So I want you to break down, what was it like for Bobby Smith growing up in Chicago when you grew up, man?
Man, it wasn't no easy flex, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, everybody know no matter what side you on, whether it's the south side, east side, west side, even the north side, it's always violence and a lot of negative situations growing up in those areas. But, you know, like where I was from on 57 Wabash, where I started at, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy, you know what I'm saying? And I was down there basically for some years when I first met you through Small Fry.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just growing up all the way till I was 11 years old on the low end, you know what I'm saying? I just took it to another level on staying away from anything that could have destructed me, you know what I'm saying? But I had a brother who tried his hardest to keep me away from any type of gang violence, which, you know,
shout out Kojak, man. Shout out Jack, man. Yes,
Kojak definitely, you know what I'm saying, is a great inspiration towards with my building, you know what I'm saying? And I wish he was here, you know, I wish he never went through what he going through right now as far as his situation, but you know, like I say, it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? I done witnessed all type of shit from 5, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't easy for no kid growing up on the south side, no parts of Chicago pier. So, but we all found a way to continuously grow. You know what I'm saying? Like dodge what we could dodge, but you know, no matter how good I was through basketball or trying to get myself in a positive direction, I still fell victim. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
shit happened to a lot of us, bro. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we want the shorties coming up now to understand, you know what I'm saying? Because you fall victim to that shit don't mean you got to stay victim to it, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna touch on that a little bit later. But you mentioned basketball, man. So I know tons of people know, but if motherfucker don't know, they need to understand, like, who is the influences, man, that most influenced you to start a basketball journey and the shit that you did to get you into the hoop thing and keep you away from the streets?
Oh shit, ain't no question, Coach. You know what I'm saying? My brother was the main target towards making sure that, you know what I'm saying, I had that ball in my hand to learn whatever basic needs that I needed with that ball, and of course he was who he was. You know what I'm saying? He tried his hardest to keep me away from any negative shit.
Yes,
but, you know, I had a lot of guys, like a guy named Ski Ball, which we call his name Allen. He played Small Fry.
Yeah.
Of course, Larry Holloway, who we both know.
Holloway, king, man. Hey, that nigga was a dog, bro.
Him and Petey, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was guys like that I was able to see personal that made me want to be better than them. You know what I'm saying? You know, me, Monteith, and Marcus Catching, like, you know, like and then yes, sir, Mohead, you know what I'm saying? And of course we had you know, little me. So I mean, it was as far as like guys that was around me, you know, Quentin Rich and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Like we was all trying to get to that same level. So I mean, it wasn't no easy aspect as far as like who was gonna be better than who, but shit, we was all dogs, and when nobody
was getting it on. But see, like, they don't understand, like, motherfuckers hooping, motherfuckers play ball, somebody did on this level, that level, you know, like, you did it in the streets on the hoop side and on the regular side. But see, motherfuckers don't understand, like, everybody don't get a scholarship to Villanova. Everybody don't get offered from West Virginia. Everybody don't get offered from Illinois. Everybody don't get offered from Purdue. So you end up leaving Chicago and move out Northwest Indiana, if I ain't mistaken. You know what I'm saying? You was out in that area doing your thing. So I remember you still hooping, doing your thing. McQuay brothers and all them niggas, Carson Cunningham, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers like that. What was the deciding factor to get you out of Chicago and get you to Indiana to keep doing your hoop shit? Like what made you go out to Indiana with it?
You know, I had moved from the low end out to the Hunters on 112. Shout out to Elbow and a lot of guys on 112 who tried to steer me and kept me steered in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was out there for at least to 95. You know what I'm saying? I moved out there in 91 and you know, a lot of breakdowns happened with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my grandmother died and when she died, you know, my uncle died on the same day. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my sister already stayed out there in Indiana. So when that happened, of course, you know, I was in the streets heavy at that time. You know what I'm saying? At 15 and 16 years old, that a lot of people don't even know about. You know, I ran with a certain group of guys, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? That kind of steered. And that year right there was like a crazy year for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So my sister, Shawana, who was a great inspiration in my life, who was my mother figure all the way through my whole life, still is. You know what I'm saying? Still like, you know, trying to drive me in the right direction. So that's how I end up out there in East Chicago, Indiana, and West Calumet Complex. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole East Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I can say about that place, I moved out there in 95 and the direction that I was given, you know, moving from Chicago and then going out there, you know, they had a certain type of gang situation that was totally different than where I grew up at. You know what I'm saying?
I can imagine, yeah.
But you know, one thing about that neighborhood, and they showed me so much love, man. When I say like the arms were so open from the young to the old, you know what I'm saying? I can't say nothing but great things about West Calumet Complex, East Chicago, Indiana. And you know, my whole life started again. And it was more easier for me to go away from the streets and develop my basketball game and take it to another level. And I went out there with that Chicago shit. You know, of course, that Hezo was
about. Hey, yeah.
Stand
him up.
Yes, sir. So, you know, I took that shit out there, you know what I'm saying, and made a wave. You know what I'm saying? And I was blessed.
Man, you know what they say though, man. Nas got a line in his record, man. Famous say, "Real recognize real." You know what I'm saying? So, motherfuckers saw who you was. They knew who you was. Your people was out there already established. The shit was going on. So, that's what I want to get to next, man. Like the hoop shit was going well. That was gonna always go well because you was a fucking natural with it, man. Some people I think just like you, Cordell, Henry, Tease, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all was like gifted with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Plus y'all put the work in, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all way motherfucker, like the way you built, you 6'2", 6'3", long arms, got that bitch on the string, can shoot it, everything, man. And where you come from, you tough as nails with that shit. But you know, eventually, you know, the streets came calling, and you still was able to hoop and do what you had to do, but the streets came calling, man. So what was the deciding factor to make it be like, you know what, I'm gonna do the hoop shit, but I'm gonna always keep the streets right here because I'm gonna need this shit now or later on? What was the choice or the deciding factor to make you be like, I gotta put hoops to the side, I gotta focus on being out here doing what I'm doing?
I mean, it was never no choice for me. You know what I'm saying? It was always man, how can I say it? A nail with a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always been a great dude to each and every situation. Like, I respect everything. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, me being who I was, like, I gamble a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I was real good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I'm the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was always a situation. And, you know, I end up coming up with you know, I end up getting somebody pregnant and for my first child. And that's what kept me going back and forth to Chicago. It wasn't East Chicago that kept me in those streets. Right. It was Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Like everything moving in that direction was on a positive note because I had guys like James Dye, who was my father to the fullest, who stepped up as a man and tried to give me every direction possible to make it. You know what I'm saying? But I steered away by constantly going in and out of Chicago, trying to, you know what I'm saying, make sure the baby had this, make sure the baby had that. And so my blame towards with the streets ain't got nothing to do with East Chicago. It's all Chicago while I started it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how we was, you know, if you was plugged, you was plugged.
He was Plug Thug. It was a rap, you know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't get, man. Like over on Wabash, whether it's Wabash, out in the hundreds, East Chicago, you was already established who you were as a basketball player. You was already established who you were in the streets, even at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers knew you and respected you. Because I believe if somebody don't respect you, there's no way they want to help you, no way they want to steer you in the right direction. Because some OGs, they want to live vicariously through these youngins. You know what I'm saying? They want to, you know what I'm saying? When they was like some of these niggas, they lames right now, and they want to live through these shorties, have them doing bullshit. The ones that we grew up around, our OGs, man, they wanted us to get money. They wanted you know what I'm saying, shoot that ball or do whatever you're going to do. So if you made a decision at a certain point, when you got to a certain age, that was your decision fully. So at what age did you say? Because, I mean, you went to Nova, you played ball, you ended up finishing at Robert Morris, if I'm mistaken. You had some shit going on as far as like some pro shit. So you say going back and forth to Chicago, feeding the little and doing what you got to do. Shit started really getting real.
Right.
When did you really realize that I could do this street shit? Like you realize I could do this hoop shit, I could do this street shit. Right?
I mean, it was every aspect of my life was always natural. You know what I'm saying? There ain't never been a flaw, nothing fake, nothing trying to be like the next man. Never, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we all got to follow an instinct, but you know what I'm saying? I always live. You know what I'm saying? And I don't knock no type of direction my life then ended up now. You know what I'm saying? Like even, you know, like I said, going back, you know, 57 Wabash, you know, it's still like, because you know that part didn't start coming to after I left Villanova. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I moved out there to East Chicago, man, I was focused, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start going back to Chicago hanging heavily on that block until after I left Villanova. You know what I'm saying? But beforehand, I was focused, man. I came out here to Indiana to ask to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I had a chip on my shoulder. So even when I messed up with anybody that was back that way towards Chicago, I took it personal. You know what I'm saying? And everything about shit, like it was so strong for me to just take over shit. Like I came straight out here and took over the state. Like I was number one in the state of Indiana. But you know, it always been a lot of hate for me. You know what I'm saying? But I never let none of that direct my life or my attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew couldn't nobody fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? As far as these streets, in these streets, I felt the same way because I was a point guard. And you know, as a point guard,
he was a leader naturally. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't give a fuck about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
None.
So when it came to niggas acting tough in the streets or trying to tell me I can't walk away winning 10 and 15,000, I ain't give a fuck because I was willing to take it wherever I took it. And anybody know me know like I don't do no talking. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't never about that talking. But just like you said though, me personally, because I've been knowing you for a long time, you've been my man. I could ride off 59, ride on 57, one word about shit, whether you was out there or not. Whether you was over there or you was in Indiana, motherfucker, I was all good. I was, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. But you in Indiana, me personally, and a lot of us that on the hoop side, like, we already knew, like, Bob finna go kill that shit. We got one of our own out there. He finna go take that shit over. Niggas ain't built like Bob. I already knew what it was. Like, motherfuckers ain't built like us. I feel Cali niggas could hoop. New York niggas could hoop, but I feel like anybody built like us complete when it comes to basketball. So you went out to Indiana and took that. I mean, you literally took that shit over, bro. Like you was the fucking man. And I think doing that gave you more opportunities in Chicago than you had in Chicago. And I think you still would have had those out, but you was great. But I think it was a lot of politics fucking with you in Chicago.
Yeah, you know, it was a lot.
A lot of people ahead of you and shit and everything.
Yeah,
you know?
Like they knew what it was, like, but it was more like, you know what I'm saying? Like my competition was Nick Urban. You know what I'm saying? Me and Nick, we was, you know what I'm saying, neck to neck with everything. That's why I think we became best friends. You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course, you got Q, you got Monteith now. Yeah. Shit, you got motherfucking, you know, my strong buddy Lance Williams. Then
yes, sir.
That all the guys. But you know, I see what a lot of niggas don't understand, Joe. I was the GOAT in my eyes. Like when you talking about 1-on-1, man, ain't nobody bring it like me. everywhere. Like I ain't just stamped in Chicago or East Chicago, man. I did this shit everywhere. And not only that, like I did it in any aspect of whether you want to play me one-on-one, whether you want to 5-on-5, 3-on-3, it didn't matter to me. Like, nigga, bring that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was one of them, like I was always in the best shape because I ain't never did no drugs. So, you know what I'm saying? I always been like ahead of a lot of niggas in that aspect towards me being in shape. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, I'm 44. Man, any nigga want to.
No, I'm checking your page. I'm checking your page out. You kind of going light with your homie out there, man. You talking shit about you playing prison balls, nigga. You playing like this, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like laughing, like, you know. And then I see, like, you know, the quitters, man. Like I see, like, you know, you make comments on your page about, you know what I'm saying? This nigga quit, or I'm playing this nigga and they quit. And it's like, that mentality is something that we all had. Like, as I hate a motherfucking man, a so-called man that's gonna quit, that's gonna give up, that ain't got that motherfucking dog in him like we had. And I gotta start remembering that every nigga ain't built like us. Every nigga ain't from where we from, or do it how we do it. So you ain't never quit. You went like, let's talk about Villanova for a hot second, right? You at Nova, you playing, you're doing well, NCAA tournament, ESPN, the magazine type shit. You know what I'm saying? So what was that like? And what was it like having a bunch of like motherfuckers around you that wasn't never there? They see it's going good. It might be going somewhere it's supposed to go. Like, what was that like? And like, what was the crowd starting to look like, man? Because I know everybody that was there at the end, at the beginning, went there at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So like, speak on that for a minute. You know what I mean? So
I mean, like, man, you just asked the. Well, that's the strong little demo you just put down because like I experienced that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I never even cared about who was flocking on Bob or appreciating nothing. Like, of course, like I never experienced the fact how like my nephew going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Cousineau Jr. Like he going through it right now. He at Oregon. You know what I'm saying? A street dog. You know what I'm saying? But you got guys like seeing this boy grow up. You know what I'm saying? And still trying to make it, my nigga. Like. And I hate on him instead of getting the motivation, man, that shit irks me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I never had the experience what he experienced because, like I say, I was a street nigga too. So ain't shit you just finna come to me and validate saying like, oh, you ain't shit or nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I never gave a fuck who was there for me at the beginning because I always was wishy-washy with niggas anyway who wasn't there in the first place because my circle's always been small. You know what I'm saying? So for me to sit here and say like, I gave a fuck about who was there with me at the beginning. And then when I got locked up fighting murders and attempt murders and all this shit, like people don't even realize, like, man, the shit I've been through, I ain't no other hoopah. Ain't no
nigga. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
and I experienced it through in jail. Like even on this time when I went to the feds, like, boy, I you know, I got people that give a fuck about me. So I don't put them in a position for me to look at them funny, for me to be in that position to start asking for shit. And then a motherfucker lie to you, so they finna do this and do. I don't put my people in that position, so I make sure I'm straight before I do what I got to do, or I put it down while I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't gonna answer that question as far as like worried about who was there for me at the beginning, and then said fuck me because I was always that nigga regardless. Whether if it was with basketball, you had to respect me with the streets. So I never allowed nothing to like intertwine or get into my soul about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When my kids came involved, like, man, look, that's my kids is the most important thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like to the dirt of me. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I just hate I can't be in a certain position to where I can spend all that quality time with all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like if anything hurt me is that. I don't care about nobody else towards how they feel about me because I'm always get what I gotta get. I don't ask no nigga for shit. When I came home, I wasn't expecting no hands out because I'm a real dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Only clowns look for handouts. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't knocking nobody who got to, but I wasn't one of them niggas and I wasn't built that way. So I can't answer that question like you want me to. You know what I'm saying? Because
you know why I asked that though, because like I remember Granny, right? I remember we was playing with Butler. I remember Granny pushing your ass out the door. Like, you ain't gonna be here on Saturday morning. You ain't gonna be here. We gonna do shit. I remember us, man, in the shoe store, man, Finish Line and shit, and the N1 mixtape shit was playing. That's why I knew N1 was in the when you went and did that N1 shit. I knew it was in the mix. And we that motherfucker, we stole that and one tape out that shoe store. We took that shit out the TV. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. But you hoop, right? So like motherfucker be shocked, be like, man, like nigga doing this, doing that. Hooping afforded you a lot of freedoms, get you to see a lot of shit that you ain't normally see. Being like from Chicago, where we from the city, we from the inner city. We didn't get to see a lot of shit, but hooping gave us a chance to go around the country, got to see some shit, play against some motherfuckers. But the streets also afforded you that because you was like you say, you was a goat. You one of my goats, respectfully, in that hoop shit, but you one of my goats on some real shit as a man and how you stood 10 toes in that shit. So you just mentioned your cases, man. What's the story behind your cases, man, if you don't mind elaborating? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, you know, I've been fighting drama for a minute, Joe. You know what I'm saying? And I had aspects towards, like, you know, just to elaborate on situations like in 06, you know what I'm saying? I caught a 10 murder in Danville, Illinois, you know what I'm saying, on the fluke, you know what I'm saying? And with the blessings of God came from under it, you know what I'm saying? That was like the first, like, strong experience towards I had to really realize like, boy, this shit real and it can get more realer. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, like, and then, you know, the next year coming out, you know, I done been in situations that dice game, niggas try to rob me and, you know, shit backfire on them. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't experience that part from 06 and then 07, you know what I'm saying, experience catching the murder in 2 attempts. Where I was in Cook County for 3 years fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying? So imagine being at the top of your peak playing AM1, winning the contract, and they charge you with a body and 2 attempts and then try to put 2 more on you. Which you go to preliminary, they dropped the other 2 murders and just, I'm in there fighting for my life with a body and 2 attempts. And this is a lot of shit a lot of people that's on the outside didn't know about with me. While I was in there fighting my murder in 2 attempts after they dropped the other 2, I catch a 10 murder in a knife case. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't easy through that county, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that shit ain't easy for no nigga. If a nigga think they could walk through Cook County, especially at the time I was in that shit they got going on now, that's up for grabs. But if you was in there 06, 07, 08, 9, all the way to 10,
yeah, that shit was cracking.
It was structured getting down. All that shit, motherfuckers clicking up. No, you if you survive them years up and down at that time, come on, man. Like, and here I am, a basketball player. Like I tell niggas, I ain't no but a hooper. But you know, hey, I never take nothing back from what I was. Like I always went in and came out better. I ain't never went in with a handsome face and came out with a fucked up face. So just to make that clear, you know what I'm saying?
Just to make it clear. That's why like, fuck boys to hear that right there.
No basketball playing that no motherfucker took nothing from or ran over. Like, and anybody that was in there know me. They didn't play with me.
Oh man, what's understood ain't gotta be explained, G. We already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like you saying, being in that situation, being at the peak, you at the peak. So you had so many peaks and so many valleys, bro. So like, what's that feeling like, bro? I know like you could tell me about being in jail, but like, what's the feeling to think like I'm finna lose every fuck? I just got it back. Cause I just beat some shit. I'm back where I'm supposed to be. Motherfuckers know I'm supposed to be here. I know you're getting calls like, good to see you back, my nigga. Congratulations. Cause you know the real ones. I know Paulie probably hit you, McPherson. Some other real niggas out there in the streets that fuck with you. And on the hoop side. But like, let us know as like, cause motherfuckers don't get it. What is it like to be at the top of your game where motherfuckers love you and celebrating you, and then it just seems like all this shit finna be taken away from you?
I mean, it's crazy for me to say this though. Like, I never gave a fuck about like my life wasn't built on trying to make it. Like I was trying to survive. Like this real talk. Like everything else was a plus to me. When my brother caught that murder and left me, Joe, man, I just knew life was gonna be hard for the point. So it was survival tech for me, but I stayed grounded with still trying to make it. So when I left Villanova, I was confused, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. I came back to Chicago, and it was like, man, shit, a lot of more colleges want me. A lot of more D1 schools want me. But now, do I want to, can I sit out for a year? I knew I couldn't sit out, so I tried Southeast Missouri State. It didn't work. So, of course, I ended up playing in Harvey and ran up against Donald Whiteside.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this had to be the craziest shit in the world because I never knew who he was. I ain't know he played in the league. None of this shit at that
Oh
time.
yeah.
Like I said, it didn't matter to me. So when I messed up against him, the Robert Morris coach was there, which was Coach V, a real dude. You know what I'm saying? And man, we went at it. When I say we went at it, man, you know,
Whiteside tough, bro. Whiteside tough, man.
and I gave him everything he was looking for. So you know, the crowd they wanted Showtime. We both gave it to him. You know, he was way older than me, but he seen what he was dealing with, and I was just appreciating what I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And from that day forward, Coach V walked up to me and was like, you know, I know it's gonna be a long shot because of who you is and where you just came from. But man, if you want to, man, you won't have to sit out. But if you want to give it a chance to come to Robert Morris, we really appreciate you coming. So I was like, man, I ain't got to sit out. And I don't care what school I go to because I'm gonna dominate. Like I got a chip on my shoulder. So it didn't matter what. I ain't got to sit out. So how'd I check y'all out? So I ended up going down there meeting Coach Brewer and talking to them, man. The talk they had with me was so funny, man. I swear to God, Kel.
What they said to you, G?
They sit me in the office. I'm looking at the little plaques they got on the wall in the office. I'm like, wow. Where's y'all? Y'all never been in the playoffs and none of that? So, you know, they got Kenny Davis. He had a plaque up there. He was an All-American when he played. So the Brewer, first thing he get talking to me like, you know, I know, you know what I'm saying? It may be a little tough, but we just need you to come here and average like 16 to 18 and make all conference and just get us to the tournament. You got 2 years left. He say, get us to the tournament. I was like, how you want me to answer to that? Like that ain't shit. Like I'm looking at the wall, like y'all ain't got nothing.
I do
you know
that.
what I'm saying? And I tell them straight, and these my exact words. You can ask them, they will tell you. I said, how about I take us to the national championship, win the conference, I get player of the year in the conference and national player of the year and throughout this whole NAIA. Man, they damn near laughed at me, man. And you know what's so crazy? He was like, yeah, that's far-fetched, but we'll see how it go. But what's so crazy, God put it right in their face. 6-7 months later, we in the national championship. I'm leading the nation in scoring. I get national player of the year, conference player of the year, got 6 tournament records. So we in the championship game. So pitch, I don't get no sleep. You know, I don't do no sleep. So we in the Final Four. I had, man, my first 2 games was like 21 and 22. So the you know, I was first team All-American. I was like in the top 3 for National Player of the Year. So when all the writers seen them first 2 games, they like, no, he ain't what we think he ought to be. You know what I'm saying? So when the coaches didn't tell me this. The trainer told me he heard them say this. And that was like the greatest thing he could ever say because my last 3 games was 38, and then national championship coming. So I go in the middle of the night. I'm thinking I'm waking one coach up, but all of them in the room like 3 a.m. So they like, boy, why you ain't sleep? I'm like, sleep for what? Man, I'm ready to play. So I was like, I just wanted to come and just tell y'all, like, remember that conversation we had at the beginning? You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was going to take y'all to the national championship. I ain't know I won an award yet, but I was like, I'm first team All-American. I win. Pretty sure I'm going to get conference player of the year. Now, the only thing I need to do is win this championship. I'm pretty sure you're going to get coach of the year. He just shook his head. I just walked out. I ain't say nothing else. I just walked out.
Hell no.
Game stopped. I just ain't had no help, man. You know what I'm saying? Mike showed up. My nigga Walt ain't show up today.
How you gonna throw Walt under the bus like that?
I can't do no line. You know what I'm saying? Like if Walt scored 10 points, we win. You know, I had 37-12.
Walt, you petty as hell. You petty as hell for not showing up. You ain't get no sleep and had 38 and 12. Walt slept his ass off and ain't do shit.
And just the thing, we only had 63 points, man. You know what I'm saying? But
damn.
You know, I can't not knock nothing that was going on. Like them guys, they bust their ass through the whole year. It was appreciation no matter whether we won or lost. We got further than anybody could ever thought. You know what I'm saying? But man, I had a real solid team that nobody knew about. You know what I'm saying? It took it to the national championship. So all y'all naysayers that think like, and it's easy to just, okay, he won national player of the year, but it was NAIA. Man, kiss my ass. Niggas, because y'all couldn't do it on no level.
No.
Name 5 people that you know personally that won national player of the year. Nigga, talking about no all state shit, nigga. We talking about throughout the country.
College,
so,
man. And that's what they don't realize. You know how many motherfuckers play college ball, NAIA, D3, D2, D1, like NAIA itself. Like you like in the country. So like they don't get that shit. So man, that's some strong shit right there, man. God damn.
You know, and like I said, niggas don't even understand. I played 2 years in high school, went to prep school, played at EC Central. My first year at EC, that team won shit. But that second team, that 97 team was strong. We had guys, Chris Woods, Willie Davis, Ronnie Nixon, but we had younger guys that was strong. Like Rick Wright, who went to Villanova with me, Jobby Gillis, my brother. Like love that dude to death, but it's one guy I wish I would have played with, Carlton Udi Baker. Like I don't know if you know who he is, but just watching him in the neighborhood, man, that dude was real special. And in that Northwest Indiana area, they really look up, they give him his flowers, And I just really wish out of anybody I could have played with that way, I wish it was him, because he one person I know could have matched up with a Jamal Davis who was tough. But as far as our team, man, that team was tough, but was shit compared to that Maine Central prep school I went to.
Maine Central, you went down there and played prep school, Maine Central, man. 2 years of high school in Indiana, because you didn't get to play in Chicago in high school, man. So you was already.
I played.
Julian, right?
I actually started my first year at Julian. Started varsity, and shit. I guess the people took me. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Coach Jackson did what he could. Coach Allen, they tried, man, but too far gone, man. You know what I'm saying? I was gambling, gang banging, and shit. It was what it was. But when I got out that way, it was more easy and laid back for me.
Yeah, man, and that's what's up, man. So like, cases coming, life coming, you getting shit getting taken from you. You know what I'm saying? Some people I understand, I get it, right? Because I got older brothers, man, you know what I'm saying? Same shit. I dabbled a little. I ain't gonna never get on nowhere and say I was like, a nigga that I wasn't. Motherfuckers love and respect me because I am who I am and I do what I do, you know what I'm saying? But people might not understand what led you to go to the streets. They'll still be like, nah, it don't make sense. You had all this going for yourself, but they'll never know like the trauma that you go through, the loss that you've taken, you know what I'm saying? The backstabbing from motherfuckers and the backdooring that make you be like, I gotta, do what I gotta do. Like, explain to them what kept sending you back to the streets, you know what I'm saying? Why would you keep going back to that when you keep getting opportunities? But I know they might not know. So explain to them why you kept going back to that.
I mean, my love for the guys that I was around, you know what I'm saying? Like, it had nothing to do about the block. But of course, I got to the point to where, now I'm finna protect this block. Because this is where I'm finna be at. This is where I'm gonna hang out at. This is where my people at. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything I took towards with the streets, anything, I took it like it was a basketball game. And I didn't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kept drawing me back. The people that I love that was in the streets around me, like Crushing, you know what I'm saying, Debo, Cujo, and you know what I'm saying, JoJo and them, like guys on 57, and then you got guys out in the hundreds, Elbow and you know what I'm saying, Lil E and Deontay and them, like them was my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what kept me grounded, constantly going back to Chicago because I didn't want to go to no more funerals. You know what I'm saying? You had, like I say, guys like Wacko, like these real dudes. You know what I'm saying? So to see me going in and out, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And then of course East Chicago situation came because I got guys in the neighborhood that adopted me and I adopted them. West Calumet Complex. So you got guys that's still close to me to this day. Jermaine, you know what I'm saying? Job, Cal, like them my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But that whole neighborhood was like well grounded. And like I said, I got a lady out there. Man, words can't even express how I feel about Claudette Jackson. Like, that's my mama, that's my mother. So whatever she loved and whatever they was grounded with the family, with the Jacksons, and you know what I'm saying, the youngest, like it was big with me. You know what I'm saying, like Chewed and all them, like that's my family. You know what I'm saying, like I was adopted by a lot of family out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the Gillises adopted me. Like I'm just I'm everybody child, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it come to Calumet, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm that adopted guy in Calumet to them all the way around the board. But you know, there's one person I just want to give a lot of shout out to, James Dye. You know what I'm saying? He was real big on my life, all the good. He tried to put me in a positive direction. You know, to this day, still talk to my kids. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you know, I got 5 daughters, and you know what I'm saying. Like, and those girls is just strong. You know what I'm saying? Brianna, Kayla, Naya, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just when it comes to them, don't nothing else add up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like them girls is just, you know, they mean everything, you know what I'm saying? And Jazila, you know, it's just when you got your girls, all of them mean something different, but you love them all the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
much love to my kids, man.
Man, much
And
love to the kiddos, man. Hey, look, if they
BJ,
y'all better appreciate y'all motherfucking daddy too, man, because that nigga, I know all them motherfuckers spoiled.
hey, to the T, you know, especially Jazila, like she just, you know, I try to do the best I can for all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I just want them to just know, like, with all my heart, like, man, I love y'all to death. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even speaking upon my boys yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, it's just when it comes to Naya, Brianna, Kayla, Jazila, and Brooklyn, man, that's like the soul of me because they're my girls. You
Yeah,
know,
that's a different kind of feeling as a father, man. Like, and it make you a different kind of protector. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I think your sons will see you. Like, I think my sons see me, and they like, you know, like Pop's going like, I'm gonna go to work, hurt, sick, tired. I'm gonna protect you no matter what. I'm gonna teach you how to be a protector. Because motherfuckers, our brothers taught us, the men we seen taught us what a protector looked like. We also saw what fuck boys look like and weak niggas look like. You know what I'm saying? But when you got daughters, we want them to see us and be like, if you can't provide like my daddy did, protect like my daddy did, and be a man like my daddy was, that let them know like I can't fuck with that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So like we the example. So I applaud you. That's honorable, man. Like for that. So when you speak of East Chicago, you speak of Indiana in general, you speak of Chicago in general, man. You always been a person that stood 10 toes down.
right.
I know a lot of people that know you. I've never heard one person say that fuck with you in any capacity. Be like, when I fuck with Bob, I ain't eat, or Bob dirty, or Bob this. How does it feel to have a reputation in such a dirty game, but your reputation so clean, bro? That's astounding.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I always been the same way. Like I tell guys to this day, like I only know one way, and that's to be 100% solid. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what case I done had, no matter what I've been through, no matter at the top of my peak, my nigga, I'm talking about they charged me with murders.
Man.
Then in the middle of a situation, 2015, get charged with 3 attempt murders. Come home at 18, then catch another 2 shootings. Like I never told on a soul. Never implicated not a soul in nothing. You know what I'm saying? So to anybody that's doing that, man, kiss my ass because I had a lot to lose. Everything in the game. Missed out on all type of strong time with my family, my kids. And if anything gonna hurt you, it's gonna be to lose time away from your kids. But niggas so caught up trying to get back to these females to where they lose sight of their character and lose sight of the real goal. Like I didn't do it for the streets. I did that shit because that shit was embedded in me. My brother and them embedded that shit in, like this shit is in my bloodline. So when it came to anything in any type of situations, I stood strong and knew to just keep my fucking mouth closed. So a lot of guys, no matter who it is, and these guys know I'm talking to them, y'all know about that duck. You know what I'm saying? And I use that motherfucker to the top of my ability. You know what I'm saying? Like the wise owl, shit like that. Like and real niggas who came up under that cloth where I came from know what I'm talking about. So I appreciate anything what guys put up under me and instill me and go in that direction. But man, Joe, like I only knew one way. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I give a fuck about how somebody feel about me being grimy or anything, because I ain't gonna be grimy. Nigga, if you do something to me, shit, just for every action is a reaction. But that shit ain't nowhere, man. Like guys out here want to be tough and all that shit, man. You got all these guys that's playing sports, and the first thing they want to do is think it's cool to be a gangbanger or a gangster in the streets. Boy, that shit ain't nowhere. Like, that shit real about there's only two ways you're going to end up, either dead or in jail. I'm the greatest experience of that. So to any niggas that's trying to do something right, stay doing something right. Like, leave them streets alone. And if it's any nigga that's around you that's in this bullshit, man, lead them in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? These young guys need guidance, man. You know, the first thing guys want to say is these young niggas don't listen to them. These young niggas won't listen. Man, everybody listens to somebody, man. So you think you gonna just, because you older than one of these young niggas, think you just gonna tell them, man, do this and do that, and they just supposed to listen to you, but your direction and your conversation towards delivery is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. Like, I'm gonna bring the respect to them too, just like I want it. But I ain't gonna tell you to do it this type of, no, I'm gonna tell you, man, go smart about it this way. You know what I'm saying? Because this can make a different direction for you that way. You know what I'm saying? But as far as when the motherfucker too far gone, I don't get in that conversation with no nigga that I feel like add more fuel to his own fire. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck who you is, though. You could be the most gangstest nigga in the world. I ain't no yes man. If I don't like what you doing, I don't like the conversation you giving me, or I don't like the way you moving, I'm gonna tell you straight up. But you gonna respect how I'm gonna bring it to you. And any nigga tell you, like, I don't sugarcoat nothing, but I'm a real nigga when I bring it to you, and I only know one way, and that's solid. If a nigga can't bring it the way I'm gonna bring it, in, take it or don't take it.
And that's the realest shit right there, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, real niggas and fake niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope anybody watching this interview see that you a real one. You've been a real one. You're gonna be a real one till you leave this place, you know what I'm saying? And being around the fake, you know what I'm saying? It's like your radar you can spot it. But has it been times when you miss these fake niggas, man? Because, like, I know coming home, if you've been the one that's been, you know, because I know you took care of motherfuckers, but also I know you prepared motherfuckers to do what they got to do to be successful. Because it wasn't like Bob here and everybody else under here. It's like, if I'm here, nigga, I'm helping you get where I'm at. Because if I'm eating, everybody eating. So, like, what do you think about the motherfuckers, like you say, they think they deserve a handout? Not that, like, you know, like, okay, my man home, he fucked up, I'm gonna take care of him. But it's some motherfuckers think they deserve that handout when you out here making the moves, putting all the work in, taking all the risks. What you think about niggas like that?
I mean, they gonna always be around you, no matter if you make $1 million or you make $10. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, in certain situations, I try not to allow people that I got love for, and I feel I got some type of love for me. I don't want to put them in them type of situations to make me look at them different. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all got guys that's around us that fucks up some way towards showing you the real side because they don't do the shit that you would do. But I don't step on them. You know what I'm saying? I still try to tell them, man, this is the way you go about that next time, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, when you love a motherfucker, like, you show it, you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But it's been times I've been broke down. You know what I'm saying? I still break down to this day. But boy, when I think about my kids, shit getting in my way, man. Like, the hardest part I had to get through was when I asked motherfuckers for character letters when I was just in the feds. And I should have got 3 million letters if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? But I had to realize, like, man, for a motherfucker not to take 5 minutes out their time, they was around you on fake shit. But sometimes it don't be that somebody around you on fake shit. Some niggas caught up in their own family life. Some niggas caught up in their own way of how they live in their own life. And niggas be going through shit. So I ain't never judged niggas. I say, okay, maybe he couldn't do it. But if you tell me something different, that shit better be right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ask that question, why you ain't send me a character letter? You know what I'm saying? I want to say, like, okay, you had something going on and I respect it. So I respect and appreciate everybody who sent those character letters, and I ain't judging nobody, man. Like if I did that, I wouldn't show no love. You know, I can't change my heart. I can't change my character based on what another nigga done did to me. Yeah, motherfuckers done probably tried to do me grimy, but they did it in a way to where it ain't hurtful in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit, the back door I didn't experience, it's side door shit. It ain't really back door shit because I'm on point. You know what I'm saying? And I don't allow certain shit to get to me. So, you know, like I said, I appreciate everybody and I appreciate everything. I ain't on here to knock nobody. Only motherfuckers I'm knocking is these weak ass hoopers out here that's still trying to play me. Hey,
Nah, man, it's
everybody I've been running up against, man, been family, man. Like my little brother Rennie, man. Like me and him had fun the other day, man. Like if you can't have fun with me, because they know how to get to me. They know I'm going. I wouldn't care. 3 a.m. You call me out on that basketball court,
I'm going.
Yeah, like, and that's just a competitive in me. You know what I'm saying? I used to be around Jordan them, so
Yeah.
to see, you know what I'm saying? That man was the man. I ain't never seen no motherfucker competitive like him. And all I used to say, like, damn, am I your son? Because I don't give a fuck who I'm playing against. I don't think no nigga can beat me. And the same thing with dice and playing poker. I don't give a fuck.
So, since you said that, I already know the answer, but I want to know why. Mike your GOAT, right?
All day long. I got
why is LeBron? Huh? What'd you say?
I got 3 men that's the GOAT for me. And you know what I'm saying? They all in different aspects. Kojak, Larry Hoover, and Michael Jordan, man.
Whew, shout out Chief, man.
Everything. Like them 3 strong men in my life that's a guidance for me for life.
Man, that shit, right? That's what's up right there, man. So look, you still getting it on with motherfuckers, man. Like, who is the toughest 101 besides Whiteside? Like, I done seen some motherfuckers who, man, my homie Dyke from over on 59th, man. He's come across that bridge. I seen him fuck Granny up over there. I seen Dyke put it on a lot of motherfuckers. Who was my man Jay Bates? Like, shout out my man Jay Bates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sid Banks, you know what I'm saying? I seen Sid come on 59th. Fuck. Yeah. So who is your toughest one-on-one on the hoop side, man, for that cash?
So actually, it's 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, but Sid Banks is probably the best one-on-one game I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Because that game was like, nigga, let's get it. But you know, you got guys like me who really made me say, man, I'm finna take this shit over was Antoine Anderson. Twan from the Ickies. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't even know. He had me ready for Granny. You know what I'm saying? Twan had me ready for Granny. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you played Granny too?
What? Granny was beat me 10-1. You hear me? Pac Jim beat me 10-1, man. Boy, that man missed that shot, boy. Shout out to my nigga GC, man. Man, him and Candino and Chuck. Boy, they see, man, that man missed that shot. Man, I went crazy on that man. Tied it up at 10. Hey, Granny, I hope you watching too, boy. Granny had me, you hear me? He had me, but me and Sid Banks, we run the whole city out from NBA players to the biggest, richest niggas in the city. Everybody was at that game, you know what I'm saying? And we showed up and showed out. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to that one-on-one shit, I'm the GOAT. I'm standing on that to the T. I don't think no nigga gonna fuck with me. Never fuck with me in that aspect. I took it to another level. And to this day, you can't mention one-on-one without mentioning Bobby Smith. You know what I'm saying? So
damn, that's strong. Most you ever won out there one-on-one.
And Bimp and Dennis, boy, they done put up all type of money. 50,000, 40,000, 30,000. Shit, them boys, sky's the limit.
Yes.
One thing Dennis and Bimp gonna look at me and say, "What's up? You ready? And let's go." You know what I'm saying? Like, and niggas don't even know, man. I got out of jail in 2000. When was that? 2000 and man, I want to say was that 18 or either 11. Like, it was one of them years. No, it was at 18. I go out to Harvey, man. They had a nigga that was about 6'6", 6'7". Just got out of jail too. This nigga was cut like an action figure. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they called me out there. My nigga Tank them called me out there. Like, so I see the nigga. I'm like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because I don't know how to back down. You know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm like, man, you got to strategize this because this is a big motherfucker. And he had hops. So it was like, damn, how do you play against Paul? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I beat him because all I thought about is how me and Paul used to guard each other. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga was beating my ass 9-2. Like, this, I can't make this shit up. Like, skiing them, I tell you, like, booting him. Everybody was at that game. And the nigga was beating me 9-2. And everybody left the game like, fuck it, Bob lost shit. They wouldn't start shooting dice. Man, shit. Well, I got that ball back, my nigga. I beat that nigga 12-9.
He done scored another bucket.
No more buckets. And I can't make this shit up. And if anybody who was there could tell you, that's what happened. Boo and Skin, Tank, them, all of them could tell you, boy. We was at Dalton Brick. And that's when I knew, like,
Dalton
man.
Wreck. You beat that nigga at Dalton Wreck. And that's one of the places where it started. We used to go there with Buck.
Yeah. On everything. On everything. The spotlight, Illinois spotlight. You
on the real. Beat that nigga at Dalton. Let me get that. I'll take that money up at Dalton Wreck.
Put that 15,000 up, man, and gave up on me, man. But when I seen that big nigga breaking down, it was over with. I dragged his ass.
So after you won, did you go over there and shoot dice and take their money because you was mad them niggas walked off?
I definitely went over there. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie, they shoot $1,000 a shot off the wall, but they know I don't fuck with that wall. So I definitely went over there. I won another 3,000 and got up out of there.
So look, man, the gambling side of you've been doing that for. I mean, we be in camp, man, and you like, you know, motherfuckers get money from their mamas and them and shit to go out of town and have some money to go out of town. Cause like Butler, it was paid for, but we just needed spending money and shit. And I should be like, how the fuck do Bobby got all this motherfucking money when we out of town? Like, we shorties. Like, you feed me, and any motherfucker think I'm lying, they capping. Q, like all us eating with your ass, right? So, like, shit been early, you been taking care of niggas, right? So, you would kick off a dice game with these niggas, and none of them really knew how to shoot dice, but I'm just watching Bobby at camp take these niggas' money, man. And then the shit was hilarious, man. But like, when did the gambling start, bro? When did you become an official motherfucking Bob the Gambler?
My grandfather and them always been gambling, but I was one of them. I'm a sponge, you know what I'm saying? To this day, I'm still a sponge. That's why I adapt to the young guys so quick. But I was 5 years old, man, when I put some dice in my hand, man, and just the learn of it, it was constantly just playing for nickels, and I never wanted to lose. So no matter what I did, I always wanted to try to be strategic about shit. So I always found the guys, and I always got messed up with the best motherfuckers. Like, man, I never forget, man. Hey, with this one, I knew like my game was on another level when I was gambling these twins. Well, one of them, Dana from Pocket Time, him and my nigga Shorty B from the God, like, and I fucked them old niggas up. So I fucked him up on 57, man. The man called his twin brother on me, who is my man to this day, my nigga Skin. And if anybody in Chicago, they know Skin to the T. So he bring his little short ass out there, man, and taught me a lesson. But he also taught me what to do. And I learned the shot from him. And not knowing, like, damn, my nigga Boo always had that shot. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that motherfucking, and man, I'm the GOAT. Motherfuckers terrified of me. You hear me? They're terrified of his hand. You hear me?
Is that the left? They scared of the left?
No, this the right.
Oh, they're right dangerous, huh?
And they, you know, this how I took care of my family, man. This how I took care of my kids, man. This hand about Bentleys, all types of shit. Shit, diamond chains, Cartier, shit.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
look. So motherfuckers will come get you on the hoop side to gamble and on the gambling side to gamble. I got some motherfuckers out here. Let's go take their money.
Yes, sir.
You the GOAT for real. Hey, you a motherfucking gangster, G. Motherfucking Kevin got you.
I'm ready right now to go do something. Shit, you know, I keep something over here. Keep something. It would be right if I would throw 10 or 15 in the camera.
Oh, hey, man, show that shit off.
I'm ready to shoot that. But no, just being 100 though, like, man, like, I just try to keep everything basic, and you know, even though I get out there and gamble, man, I ain't saying this is what these young guys need to do. You know what I'm saying? That was my life. So anything that was my life that was negative, man, I hope they take all from it and strategize it to a better way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, even though it was hard becoming this person who I call a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like I became that off going through, well, you know how many times niggas tried to rob me, that shit overturned on them. I've been in a real life situation to where I had to get myself up out of it, man. And I got myself up out of it. And that probably helped the way people perceive me as, hey, leave dude the fuck alone, because I just don't think nobody gonna rob me and leave me be. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no you just running up on me, you know. I don't want to say too much, but you just can't rob me. You know what I'm saying? You just can't run up on me. So I just, you know, just stay thankful that God blessed me enough to still be alive, and I'm able to tell the next man, fuck that shit. If that ain't your life, what you gotta do, man, I'd rather be a sucker, man, because I won't miss time out on my kids. But if I got this is my life, this is what I do, and this is what I'm good at, because I want to own shit. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me get this battery charged.
My man, motherfucking Bob, man. See, that's what y'all got to realize, man. Real recognize real, man. This is Certified Winners Podcast, man. I hope y'all enjoying this interview with my man, Bobby Schmooze, the GOAT. He the GOAT. He say that right hand dangerous. So y'all, anybody out there on the hoop side still trying to do something one-on-one, you trying to do something on the gambler side, y'all go holler at my man. And it's the only nigga that can get up from the camera and got to go get his charger so we can finish this interview. But hey, the GOAT, the GOAT moving. That's how the GOAT move. But thank y'all for joining us right now, man. It is an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be with my homie, man. He back down like SmackDown. It's good to see him thriving as well. And all y'all niggas thought he was going to be fucked up. Y'all niggas some clowns. That man always stayed right and going to stay on point, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to everybody, man. This what's up, man. Woof. Yeah. I'm right there. Bob, but it's just like Bob too. He love on niggas, take care of niggas, but he's unprepared.
Hold on.
I'll say this just like Bob. He love on niggas, take care of niggas, be unprepared. This nigga never have everything he supposed to have. Nah, man. Like we just I'm just letting motherfuckers know, man. Like you've been a real one since like day one, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always remember that motherfucking smile, man. Like, when I saw that smile, I was like, Bob up to something. And when motherfuckers say we up to something, it ain't necessarily always a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? You've been up to some good shit, man. Loving on your kids. So, like, I know one of your sons, man, he hooping and playing football, right? He all-around athlete like you was, right?
Man, that boy's something else, man, you know?
Yeah.
That boy BJ, man, Bobby Jr., man, like, he's something else, you know what I'm saying? He real special, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he got that same mentality that, man, ain't nobody fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you how he even got into football. I'm locked up, right? And, you know, we was able to FaceTime, like, as far as, like, you can call up to the visit. You know, right. We talk all day. So this little dude, man, I'm talking about, he called me, man, Daddy, they ain't the basketball team, they ain't practicing, they ain't doing nothing. I'm like, nigga, well, who doing something? He say, the football team, they still working out and shit. I'm like, well, go work out with them so you can stay in shape. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what might not happen or might happen. Man, this little dude go out there, man, and practice with the team and work out with them. The first thing the coach said, oh, hell no, we need you on the football field.
You can't leave.
And so I'm training him on visits. Like I make sure he got a pair of shoes, the strength shoes, all that shit. So I'm actually training him while I'm in jail. And this little dude, I'm talking about, he going hard. Like he going hard. So to see him, you know, in the first position they put him at was, I want to say, cornerback. And that lasted probably 2 games. And then they put that boy wide receiver. That boy became an All-American in 2 years. So to speak on him is just like to speak strongly of his drive, because he me on steroids when it comes to like not finna be pushed over or wanna, and just to see how he is with his sisters and his mom and them, like, man, Joe, like he real special,
right, bro. You raised him right. He saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with you not being there, he saw it. And for you to be on camera and be able to train him and help him and push him in the right direction. So, like, it really ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's situation ain't yours when it comes to your children and everything like that. But, like, it really ain't no excuse, man, for your kids not to be what you want them to be until they get to the point where they can make their own decisions. Because your influence, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a firm believer, like, I mean, your kids see the influence you have with other people, you know what I'm saying? Right, wrong, indifferent, good, bad, and ugly. You know what I'm saying? They gonna draw off that. They gonna move with that. So, your kids. You spoke about your daughters earlier. We talking about your sons now. I know family mean a lot, man. So, like, what's a message that you would give to your kids right now so you can help them be the best versions of themselves that they could be moving forward?
I mean, go in your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Revisit yourself and make sure that you find out what you want to do and dominate that motherfucker. But to dominate it, you gotta put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got girls, all my daughters, the first thing they say they want to be models, except for my baby daughter, Brooklyn. she gonna be, man. I don't know if you say it on Facebook. She's sitting there doing 30 push-ups and all that. That little girl gonna be on another level. Like BJ did that to her though. Like she gonna be special too. You know what I'm saying? But not just my kids though. Like I got nieces. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my nieces just had a baby. Who my little Pooh Bear. You know what I'm saying? My Mooka. I always see her too, but she's like my daughter too.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like she real like special to me strongly. You know what I'm saying? That's just not to speak just on her, but like I said, I got my nephew. You know what I'm saying? J5. You know what I'm saying? Like he doing this thing at Oregon, and then I got another nephew, Makai, who on the rise. Like Makai Gillis, y'all gonna see him.
You don't hear that name?
Y'all gonna hear his name. Like he out there in East Chicago, and that boy relentless. That's my brother son. Like he gonna be on another level. So, you know, my kids, and then I got another son that's you know making clothes. You know, I love video games, and man, so BJ, when it comes to sports or just his survival tactics as far as living, to see what he do for his mama and his sisters, like I can't make that up. And like one time I called, it was his grandmother's birthday, and they was finna sing for with a cake. Man, this little boy, man, he went and gave her $500, right? it tripped me out because like, damn, all I see is me doing like he seen me do that.
You.
Like,
that's you.
And just to see him like this little dude was 17 at the time, like 16, 17, getting his grandmama 500. I just gave you a G, but you took 500 and gave it to your grandmother for her birthday. It says a lot. Like it's nothing his mama could want, he won't give him. Nothing his sisters could want, he won't give him. So applaud to all my kids, man. I love y'all to death, man. Like everybody, you know, they special to me, so.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. We nearing the end now, but man, like, so what you got going on now? What you gonna have going on in the future, and what can we expect later on from my man Bob Smith?
I mean, as of right now, you know, I'm in a situation to where I just want to volunteer and help these kids get to another level, change their direction from negative to positive. And if it's anybody out there that need a guidance towards me motivating with them speaking, to go and talk to them as a group, I'm willing to do it for free. Like, I ain't one of them dudes you got to pay. This is my heart talking. Like, these kids need to hear my voice. So allow them to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You got these basketball teams, footballs, I don't care what sports they in. And allow me to come in there and talk to them and reach out to them so they can see from my experience what I've been through to a guy that was league bound, that, you know, and I ain't give up on life. So my tactics was different to survive. So I don't knock it. And I don't knock no nigga that gotta go through it now. But if it's anybody that don't gotta go through it, you know what I'm saying? Let me put that word in for them. You know, and I'm ready to do any type of podcasts right now, you know, to help the podcast and help my story get out, because this is definitely a movie.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. I got some people I need to get you in contact with, man, so we can try to get on book going or some, or movie going or some, Tubi or some shit going on, because people need to hear your story. They need to hear stories from people like you all the time, especially athletes that's in, like, you know, that's like, you know, they're trying to be something that they're not and potentially could throw it all away, like John Moran and shit like that, and other motherfuckers is like coming up that got the opportunity to do something special like you did. You just happen to have a different kind of mentality because you really like that. That some of them ain't like that, don't gotta be like that, and they kind of like getting to the point where they finna lose it all and lose opportunities because the streets ain't for them, because they was never like with that in the first place. So like, if you're a hooper, be a hooper. If you're a ladies man, be a ladies man. If you're in the streets, be in the streets. But the streets got codes and policies and everything too. And people they go against them laws and policies, man, and it kind of fuck everything up, and it put people in bad positions where they ain't got to be in, man. But last question I got for you, big dog, is the Certified Winners podcast. Give me 3 winners in your life to help you be a certified winner. Go.
Shit, me, and me.
Yes, I want to thank me.
Because like, one thing I know, I'm still living. I'm still striving with my struggle. I'm a real brother of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So I know the struggle will always continue. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a guy that's gonna always make a way for me and my family and those who I love. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to give a special shout out to the people that was down for me when I was locked up, from the baby mamas to my kids for sure, my nieces, you know what I'm saying, my nephew, who I just man want to just show everybody that he the one. You know what I'm saying? But the people that was there for me, that put money on my account, like, and it was a special dude, you know what I'm saying? Deontay Cross, you got guys like Big Lamb, Tease, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even name everybody. My nigga Jig, who a brother to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even name everybody, man. But everybody who had something towards looking out for me, Bimp, Dennis, man, I appreciate y'all. Tank, Boo, all y'all, Joe. Like, just everybody that laid it down for me. And, my circle, Cat Job, Jermaine, all y'all know I love y'all, Joe. So much love and respect to this whole podcast, because, boy, hey, Kev, you got some good shit going on, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. And we got to come back later on and see where it's moving with, man. But as always, man, it's certified winners. It was an honor and a privilege. You, my brother, you know what I'm saying, since yay high. I love you. I know great things going to keep coming. You know what I'm saying? You in my prayers as always, man. You know what I'm saying? Go out there. I want to see 20,000 next time, man. I want to see you beat somebody for that another 10. I want you to double up on that for me. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe. You love the children, man. It's certified winners, man. It's Bobby Smith. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all got to tap in. Y'all know, link up on my man. If you got some money, you want to lose basketball, shooting dice, gambling, go see Bobby. Hey, man, you got social media shit where they can reach you at, people can find you?
They know I keep my name on Bobby Smith on Facebook, man. Anything else, I can't even tell them. But I sure want to give another shout out to my nigga Fraze, Keon Frazier, man. You and Ray Ray, I appreciate y'all too, man.
Absolutely, man. Love you, bro. Stay safe. It's always a pleasure, my nigga.
Love.